Hello everybody, it's George here at Myshire. So we're doing another update video. I'm not going to do a full how-to video. I'm just going to explain the process that we done and why we done it. So this is the brooder room. You've been pretty familiar with the brooder room at this point. This room has taken the absolute most time to keep maintenance out of the whole barn. At most I'll have 1,600 birds in here. Have 5,000 birds in the other room. It doesn't make sense. Why would this room take more time? Well, since we put the barn in, there was a question of how are we going to water the birds? How are we going to water the chicks that's not going to leak? So for the longest time we've stuck with the tried and true bucket, bottle water, fill it up every day, constant, you got water. The problem with that is once they're 2 weeks old, as many as we put in here, we have to put 2 in. So now I've got 32 gallons of water to change out in the morning, and I'm talking hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, plus I've got to feed them. It's a lot of time. So the reason that it's taken so long to get an automatic water system in this brooder room is because there's been a struggle on a compromise from how to get auto water on them from day 1 to 4 weeks of age. There wasn't any simple solution that didn't leak that would kill the chicks when they was young. So now we're at the point where it's not day 1 to 4 weeks. They're switching over to what we've done at about 5 days old. I'm giving them the water. I fill it up 4 times. The 4th time, once I fill it up, that's it. Once they empty it out, they're pretty much acclimated over to the new system. It's working great. Been using it for about a month on this side, keeping the birds on it. It's much better, much better. So the first thing we had to do was weigh the options of what could we use automatic-wise. The first thing most people are going to come up with, nipples. We got a horizontal nipple, vertical nipple. These, throw them away. Don't waste your time. They leak, they're going to leak. If you use a certain plastic cage, then you know that they also airlock up. If you run out of water, they lock up. Your birds have no water, your bucket says full. If you don't check them, you lose the cage of birds before you realize what's going on. No point. The next option you're going to run into is these pet cups. They have to get in and hit this to release the water. It's not a bad concept. Works great for chickens. A lot of people I see online, they use these and they're like, there's no water in here, my bird's getting water. Odds are they'd be dying. But why rely on something to water your birds to keep them alive and healthy that you can't tell if it's working or not all the time? So the last option that we do have from Wynola Ranch here is this cup. It's got a float in it. They don't actually peck this. The water rises, this rises, and it drops the stopper. So this is water all the time. There's always water in this when you have your system on. So you can look in there, you can see they have water. Good. You're on to the next one. There's no fiddling with it, making sure it's working, doesn't leak, it's doing great. So we went with a PVC mount. I've mounted it on PVC here. Wynola Ranch sends us these 1/2-inch T couplings threaded. Screw right in there. Easy peasy. It's the easiest thing to do. The prototype that we made was a lot of work. I just used materials we had laying around. I didn't have the nice fittings at the time, so I actually drilled and tapped PVC just to try it out. We used this for about 2 weeks. Liked it, got on the phone with Wynola Ranch, said, hey, here's what we want to do, here's what we need. So they were great. They sent us everything we needed, it down to special fittings. These go in your fittings for your pipe, and then this screws in so you can go from PVC to the nylon hose. You can see here. So this is just your typical 5/16 hose. That's what Wynola Ranch sends out with all their cages. They do offer that. Now say you don't want to use PVC. You want to do all wire. You have wire cages. You don't want to spend the money on PVC. You just want to buy the tubing. They also offer this clip. Same thing as the T. This screws in here. Easy as can be. This is going to just clip on your wire here and you're done. So if you have wire cages, this is great. Go inside the cage, outside the cage, because they can reach through this. This cage here that I'm showing as an example is what we've used to put over the top of this water because I don't want them playing in it. because they stand in it and it'll leak. So this is just like our breeder cages. They're same wire size. They're putting their heads through it. They're drinking. They're not getting in it. So the original prototype, I had a poop guard on it because I didn't want them pooping in it. But at this point, I haven't noticed a reason to need that. They're not climbing on it. They're staying off the slanted top. So if I come into issues where they start getting on it and pooping in the water, then I will cover it because I don't want to deal with coccidiosis in the quail. And that comes from dirty waters. So this, I'm eliminating that because I'm providing them fresh, clean water all the time. It's new water, it's not stagnant, it's not sitting, they're not pooping. So this brooder here, I've got some birds that are 5 days old. This is their last water, their gallon water. You see they still fit through the wire, they're playing in it a little bit. Another couple days they won't be able to fit in there. Monday, these towels will come up, this water will be gone. We'll switch them off the red light and put them on a white light. We're using the red light for the first week for extra heat because it's been cold here in Ohio. We want to give them the best chance. So here we've got some that'll be 2 weeks old on Monday. You can see they're bigger. They can't fit in the wire anymore. They're healthy, happy as can be, drinking out of their water. They're on white light. That will turn off on Monday. So I don't have birds that are 3 weeks old in here that have a hatch that week, but I've got some that will be 4 weeks old on Monday. They'll move into the main barn then. You can see nobody's beat up, everybody's happy. They've got water, it's clean. It's great. I'm saving, once we fill the room back up, I'll be saving 2 hours in here. I'll just feed them, I'll double check the water, make sure it's clean, it's working, it's not overflowing. And I've got dry brooders all the time. Even with the gallon waters, they get in them, play in it, brooders get wet, gross, more work there, you gotta clean it up. So this has been the best compromise that we could come up with. I haven't had leaking issues, cages stopped that. I tried it without the cages, bad idea. They're just playing in it, standing in it, and it's running all the time. So if you want a nice, easy to use system that's gonna be reliable, self-filling, get in touch with Wynola Ranch. Tell them what you want to do, what cups you're looking for. If you have a bigger cage and want to use the troughs, they offer the troughs and all the cable, all the hosing to hook them up, however you need to hook them up. I really wouldn't use anyone else. You could maybe get a piece from this company, a piece from this company, but Wynola Ranch is going to be your one-stop shop for all your watering needs. So with that, I'm going to go back to work and I'll see you guys next time.